to the Markout Movie Podcast. I'm Brandon Spivey with Aaron
Whitlow.
Whitlow.
And we are the Markout Movie Podcast.
That's what I just said.
He said that in his own way.
I had to,
We were just talking about because the warm up. I said, "How now, Brown Cow?" He's like, "Where's that from?" He said, "Kickboxer." I was trying to say it's from Anchorman.
No, you said it was from Talladega Nights.
I meant Anchorman.
It's from Will Ferrell.
You see where I can make? Yeah, it was Will Ferrell. So, all right,
it's all the same, right?
In today's episode, we're not talking about Talladega Nights. We are deep off into our Halloween coverage, and and this week we do the spiritual sequel to 1 and 2 and H2O, which is Resurrection. Now, for people that don't really know, because I've had questions on this, they say, Aaron, how is the what films are with what? So, all right, break it down real quick. Halloween, and then there's...
It's not that complicated.
Well, originally, it's Halloween. Halloween 2. 3 is its own standalone thing. Halloween 4, Halloween 5, and Halloween 6. And then that's it. And then we have a revamp, Halloween 2, and then Halloween H2O, and then Halloween Resurrection. And then you have another revamp. You have Halloween. No. You have a Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 2, which is its own standalone thing. And then you have, lastly, Halloween 1979, and then 78. Don't do me that way. 78, and then you have Halloween 2018, which is its spiritual sequel, and it just acts like all the other ones did not exist. All right, so
after this one, what is going to exist?
Well, it's podcast, hopefully. But we're doing Halloween Resurrection, which came out in 2002. This is a quick synopsis. 3 years after he last terrorized his sister, Michael Myers confronts her again before traveling to Haddonfield to deal with the cast and crew of a reality show that is being happening in his home. I very much.
Aaron, how are you today?
I very much, pretty much, paraphrase the rest of that. All right.
Basically, what you need to know: Michael knows Laurie's alive. He knows where she's at. He's going in there to kill her. He kills her. Then he goes home and finds they're doing some kind of webcam. Reality
That's
TV.
kind of disheartening, though.
This is basically Don't Breathe with Michael Myers.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way of looking at it. It's funny to think about it, though. Is that Michael Myers he essentially retires after killing Laurie?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, I'm done," and then he's like, he goes home. He's like, "Well, who are these people in my house?" He's like, "I gotta start killing people all over again,"
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what.
Yeah, protect the Myers home. I mean,
yeah, you got to protect the homestead.
They try to make money off me now. Come on.
And this movie stars, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis, who begrudgingly comes back for 30 seconds.
It's more than 30 seconds.
She was contractual. She was contracted for 30 seconds. She must have gave them a little longer.
She liked the story. She said, "I was told."
Okay.
I don't follow
her earlier today.
I didn't talk to her personally. But, I was told she liked the story.
We would love to talk to you, though. Let's be honest.
Aaron wants to talk to any celebrity there is. So.
This is not wrong. Yeah. So go ahead and finish what you're saying about Jamie Lee.
Oh, yeah. She enjoyed the story. So she was like, I'll shoot a few more scenes. I'll do a 4-day shoot for you. So she did. She gets killed. But there's one thing I don't like about her death.
Okay.
And we can go back and tell how Michael what he does beforehand, but when she gives him the kiss of death, I don't.
That's weird, man. That's your brother, bro.
Yeah, I don't enjoy that.
Nobody kisses their brother on their lips, even if it's on a mask. Unless you the one that's married to Brad Pitt. What's her name?
What now?
The chick that's married to Brad Pitt. She totally. Yeah.
Angelina Jolie?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're divorced, but she totally kissed her brother on the lips. Yeah.
Well, Angelina's weird.
So is John Voight. It kind of makes sense. But anyway, this movie.
That weird? I don't know the personal lives, Aaron.
But So this movie stars, as he said, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Well, I didn't say it. You
Well,
said
I
it.
said it.
This movie stars Busta Rhymes, baby.
That's who I was getting at. Busta Rhymes. It's Freddie Harris from Dangertainment. Oh my goodness, so such a terrible name. Brad Lorry becomes Michael Myers in this one. This is actually Nick Castle's favorite Michael, Brad Lorry.
You know, I like this Michael too.
Yeah, I thought he was really good, Michael.
Yeah, he's great.
Bianca Kalich from your Dawson's Creek.
She did one season in Dawson's Creek. She played the actress that Dawson was fooling with.
Did he not want to wait for their lives to be over?
He waited.
Oh wow!
And he waited.
She plays Sarah Moyer. Moyer. That sounds like something else. Anyway, so Sarah, she got this job because of she won a screaming contest. Like they that's what I heard on like the commentary.
Bianca
to the movie
got this job because she won a screaming contest.
Yeah, that's what I heard because she screamed really well, but I don't know if
she screamed well in Dawson's Creek. I will give her that.
So that I think I don't, but this is what Rick Rosenthal said in the commentary track. I listened to the commentary track years ago, to this movie, and I remember him saying that, but I don't know how accurate that is. And then Sean Patrick Thomas.
That's right.
From Save the Last Dance.
That was not meant that way, but Aaron sure took it that way. All right. We're on fire.
From Save the Last Dance, Barbershop, and a couple other movies, Cruel Intentions. I didn't even remember him being in Cruel Intentions. He hadn't really done much lately.
This killed his career.
This literally has killed his career. And then Daisy McCracken, I guess her career is dead too. I haven't seen her in nothing else.
Katie's been
Katie Sackhoff.
She's been in a few things.
She is phenomenal in Battlestar Galactica. She's also in The Mandalorian, the second season. That's not spoilers for you. But
it's spoilers for me because I haven't seen it.
But she's an incredible actress. I love seeing her pop up in anything. And then Luke Kirby.
Oh, don't forget what's his name though. From American Pie, even Rookie of the Year.
Yes. Also, Tyra Banks is unfortunately in this film. But yeah, the guy from American Pie, what is his name?
Thomas Ian Nichols.
He literally is the same character from American Pie in this movie.
Like, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, he is so. I forget his name in that movie. What's the numbers?
Numbers.
Get to the numbers.
The numbers are great, Aaron.
I'm ready for these numbers.
All right. It's got a 4 out of 10 on IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
That's solid.
That's pretty solid, yeah.
A 4 out of 5 on Vudu.
What is Vudu?
Yeah.
The little rental thing?
Yeah.
Of course it would. I mean, what they got on there? Like Sharknado?
I don't know what they got.
No offense to
I don't have Vudu.
No, you don't.
But it's got a 68% on Google. 12% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 25% audience score.
Oh, that sounds pretty bad.
I think audience score wise, it is the worst viewed film in the Halloween franchise, which is shocking to me.
Now I was listening to someone that was going through the I was listening to this book about this movie, all the movies, but this one in particular when it got to it. So there's the scene that was supposed to be where Michael at the beginning, the guy that is like in love with serial killers.
Oh yeah, wearing the John Wayne Gacy mask.
Yeah, that guy. So they did see him. They seen him, earlier, but then they thought Michael was him on the CCTV. And so they said, "Oh, there Harold's out again," or whatever the guy's name is. And so they go to try to get him. But in reality, in the script, the working script or whatever, they actually escort Michael into the building thinking that it's him, which I don't see how anyone would think that the two were the same people, because one guy is like heavy set.
Like me.
Yeah, Brandon shaped. And then the other one is like Brad Lorry. I mean, I'm pretty sure the guy's buff. Or he's not Tyler Mane. I'm glad that they didn't go really big Michael. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyler.
Like Rob Zombie.
Yeah,
Michael.
Rob Zombie Michael. Yeah,
Mhm.
I never thought that was believable. Well,
No,
we'll
I
get to
mean,
that next week.
no, we won't.
We'll talk about it briefly.
No, we won't.
You want to talk about it now?
No, I don't.
We're gonna have to talk. We gotta talk about the elephant in the room, which is the Rob Zombie stuff.
Do we really though?
We have to talk about it. But so they do this exposition dump at the beginning of this film, talking about recapping what happened in H2O, where Lori accidentally killed
An EMT.
an EMT.
That had to learn its.
And she was initially in the script also was going to say, "You'll never get to John, and I've hit him well from you, Michael," or something like it. It was supposed to be like a lot more dialogue, but obviously they cut it because nobody needs it. I mean, even though initially when I seen the movie, I wondered where John was, but you know where he is? He was making bigger movies because he blew up. Josh Hart blew
But
up.
I'm sure if this series would have continued, they would have reached out to Josh.
Yeah.
For the next one. I mean, his mom was killed. I mean, that's a perfect revenge story right there.
I'll actually love to see Josh. Like I said, I love to see Josh and Danielle Harris pop back up in the new ones in some type of role, even not playing the same characters, obviously, but playing something else. I like connective tissue. I love to see it. I love to see the lady that played Rachel pop up. I enjoyed that character so much, and I hate that they killed her off. We're okay if Tina never pops up. Nobody likes. I don't like Tina. I didn't like Tina.
Tina's the new one.
Tina was the chick that was like Tina. When Danielle was all kind of muty.
Vaguely remember. I have tried to forget it.
You try to forget that one. See?
Yeah, it's that whole trilogy for me. I've tried to forget, other than Danielle and Loomis.
So Lori is catatonic. Is that the term? Catatonic. Mm-hmm. She's catatonic in this film, kind of staring off into nothingness. They said they don't know what she's looking at. She's looking for Michael because she believes Michael obviously is still alive, and that he's gonna come. And he shows up with a brand new mask this time, which is Brandon. Your thoughts on the mask?
I like the mask.
It was a good mask, wasn't it?
I just don't like the hair. But
you don't like the hair?
But I haven't liked the hair since the original, so it is what it is.
You think the hair is out? They just go longer and longer with the hair?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that with Rob Zombie's. It wasn't
as spiked up as H2O. So.
Rob Zombie's hair, the hair on that was like wild. Like, I'm like, why even have that much hair? But, okay.
But, it's a small gripe. I didn't gripe too much on the mask this time, so I actually like the mask. I like the actor that played Michael, so Brad. I thought, as far as Michael goes, like I said last week, H2O brought Michael back, and I felt it continued on here. I would say next to Nick Castle original films, this is my favorite Michael.
I'll say still Dick is my favorite other than James Jude, but and then Nick, I enjoy Nick.
Well, you're talking about newer films.
Yeah, well, the newer films. Okay, newer films.
I was just talking about this.
Just in general, or just what we've went through thus far. Okay, I'll say Brad is, and then it'll be Dick, and then it'll be Nick, in my opinion. You know who's not mentioned? George Wilbur is not mentioned there.
Who played him twice?
Badly twice, nonetheless.
He's the only actor, along with Tyler Mane, and this new guy. Play him more than once.
This is true. You're right about that.
I should not know this about Halloween.
I thank you for this knowledge. So Lori is like playing catatonic. She's not. She's just waiting. She's taking her pills, putting them in this doll, and waiting for Michael. And guess what? Michael pops up. And Michael kills a couple of So one of them, he cuts his head off and puts it in the
washing machine,
which was like a callback to what you thought was going to happen in Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. That's what you thought because you heard the bumping in it, but that's not what it was. But it killed that guy. Then he slit the dude's throat, and I seen they also incorporated Michael's little pull down thing. So they still kept that as canon. But then worst part of not the worst part, but
Worst part? What's the worst part?
well, this isn't the worst part, but the death of Laurie Strode. I thought that it was anticlimactic.
You know what? For me though, I saw something new I had never seen before.
What?
Watching this, revisiting this. See, it always happened when she got stabbed and he lets go of the knife and he removes it. She falls down.
Mm-hmm.
I actually never seen her hit the ground. I just seen her hit the branches.
Mm.
So I was like, oh, she could be still alive. But this time around, I actually pay attention to what I'm watching, and she falls to the ground, and I'm like, oh, just like no hope.
In the commentary track for this, those were all CGI trees.
Yeah.
That because obviously you can't really drop Jamie Lee Curtis
or stunt double.
Yeah, but I thought it was actually impressive CGI because like it looked like real trees. The way they moved back and forth when she went through them. I thought it was impressive CGI.
The only problem I have, well, other than the kiss of death, the only problem I have with that scene is she knows it's Michael.
Yeah, there's no way that is not Michael.
He's doing what he did in H2O with his face.
But he wouldn't have known that. That's the thing also that bothered me. If it wasn't Michael, he wouldn't have known the whole face grab at, the mask. Like, what's going on here? Like, he wouldn't have known it.
No, only audience and Jamie would know.
Yeah.
Well, Lori. But that I had a problem with that. I was like, okay, it's him. Plus, he wouldn't know that.
Unless they made it a part of her psyche that she just was seeing this visually.
I don't.
But they didn't imply that. He literally grabbed his mask. Yeah. But yeah, the death scene, I just thought that it was, and I understand it's necessary to kill off Jamie Lee, Laurie Strode. You got to either kill Michael or Laurie. That's like with the new movies. You're gonna have to kill one of them or both of them. There's no way that you can have them both.
Ain't killing Michael.
Yeah. Malik now, actually surprisingly, Malik is like Malik. I don't know if I'm saying the name right, but he said that he's kind of not really dealing with his dad's rule of don't kill Michael. So I think he's open to Michael dying. I think
to a point, I would say, but I think he was open to him dying when they made 2018. We saw how much money it made. It's like, oh. I understand why my dad didn't want to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's at the end of the day, I don't care who you are. I complain about Sean Cunningham all the time. I'm thankful he's not in control of Jason completely.
You heard him in here.
But it does come down to money at the end. And that's why I don't think Michael's going to die when Halloween ends. I think it's going to be Laurie. Because even Jason Blum's already said he's open to more Halloween films with Michael. So, I mean.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So Laurie dies and it gets us to, I want to talk about this before we move past this opening thing. How did you feel about, let me mention this and then we'll go back to this question for you. All right, so before Michael leaves, 2 questions, I guess I have for you. Before Michael leaves, he gives his knife to, I'm going to call him Harold. I feel like that's what his name was. Howard or Harold or something?
Harold, I believe.
Harold. So he gives his knife to Harold, and Harold starts like last scene, he murdered kids in 1978. Same night he married her, and then he murdered people in the school or whatever. And he thought to be dead, but he's back. The music pops in, which is great. 2 questions. The first question is this.
Okay.
Do you feel like Michael, does it symbolize him retiring and him giving the knife? And also, do you think it's just Michael being smart and framing this guy for the murders of everybody?
I don't think Michael will have any intentions of retiring, personally. And I don't necessarily think he's trying to frame him because what's the point in Michael framing anybody? I mean, but
I imagine they have security cameras.
Yeah, I mean,
they do have security cameras. We know this.
Yeah. So I mean, no, I don't think he's trying to frame him. Maybe he's inspiring him. I
Did
feel like
he?
this guy is very inspired by serial killers in general. So
Like he looked at it as if like if
as a trophy,
if like for instance if Michael Jordan, gives you a sweatband or something, or let's do with Markout Movie Podcast. Let's do some Mark stuff, some wrestling stuff. So Bret Hart, huh?
I was gonna say CM Punk just gave his Michael Jordans to a kid
I didn't
Wednesday
know this.
night.
I didn't know this.
Yeah,
I didn't watch, so I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, he was wearing he was. It was a guy. It was a kid that dressed up like Orange Cassidy, and he pointed him out when he was coming down to the ring. He made a mention of his Nikes, well Jordans, and when he was getting out of the ring, he took them off and handed them to the kid like Bret Hart used to hand his little shades.
Yeah, that's why I was going to mention Bret. But
CM Punk is the new Bret Hart.
Yeah, but
from AEW's point of view, I mean, he's jumping in through the crowd. He's giving people.
He's over. The guy's over.
I mean,
but but I was going to mention that about Bret. But yeah, that's cool, man. But yeah, when Bret Hart used to give his glasses to kids, like being like, I literally was at a show once, and Bret gave it to a kid next to me, and I was so heartbroken that it wasn't me. I really was. It broke my heart because I was like, I wanted those. Like I thought he was gonna come, and he literally did this and went to this kid next to me, and I was like,
just couldn't be happy for the kid, could you?
No, I couldn't. I guess it's because I probably is wearing glasses, real glasses, and he probably thought, well, that'd be complicated. It'd be easy to just put on this little kid right here. But for me, it broke my heart, Bret Hart.
Wow.
But anyway, you're the excellence of executing my emotions. But anyway, that's what it is to Howard or Harold or whatever. Is that he is receiving this trophy from Michael, like that is like, oh wow, like an autograph. Got blood, like a actual murder used weapon. It's like for me getting a screen used prop from a movie. Like a screen use, hoverboard from Back to the Future. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Be pretty cool.
Or for you, screen use Bruce head. Maybe Bruce. I don't know what you'd do with it. Your apartment probably not be that big, but yeah, to fit a head in it like that.
Taking shots at the new place. I see it.
But anyway, question. Yes. Another second question was, what is your thoughts on that opening? Like everything in general, yeah.
I loved it. I loved it when I first saw it. Anytime I've rewatched it, I've enjoyed it. And I think it's still solid. I think it
felt more like Halloween. It didn't feel like a Halloween. That felt like Halloween for me.
Yeah.
The opening.
And I feel like it's a great opening. I've always felt that way. The problem I think most people have with this movie is after, because this movie becomes a gimmick movie. Like Friday 13th became a gimmick movie when they added a Carrie-like character. It's Carrie versus Jason, because they couldn't do Freddy versus Jason, or Jason Takes Manhattan, or films like that.
Yeah, I agree.
A gimmick.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that might have been Mustafa that wanted the angle with the internet, have internet.
But saying that, I enjoyed the gimmick back in the day. I don't.
It doesn't really hold up today.
No, it doesn't. But back in 2002, when that was
still,
it was very fresh.
Yeah,
I loved it. I mean, I personally, I mean, I know a lot of people don't. Clearly, about the scores, but I did. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna get into it as well. All right, so we get our new final girl, Sarah, and she and her friends, which her friend. Just erased her name, the chick from Battlestar Galactica.
Kate.
Yeah.
Quick question though. Mm-hmm. I know you're very fond of the final girl in 4.
Which is Rachel.
Yeah. How would you compare Sarah to the other final girls after Jamie? After 2.
So all right, let's say, all right, are we gonna count Danielle as the final girl?
Yeah.
Because she did the final girl circuit as well. So I would say Danielle. It goes Danielle, Rachel, and then Sarah. because I don't count the lady from with Josh Hartnett was the final guy.
Yeah,
He like John
Michelle
was the final guy.
survived, but she
Yeah, but
wasn't.
she wasn't like
No focus
he's
was
the
on
final.
her.
He was the final guy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Jamie
I mean,
was still the final girl in that
but
movie.
she wasn't. She didn't play the final girl character. She was more of a Ripley character in that movie, in the sense of she was more empowered. She wasn't like running afraid.
No, well,
She's
she
very
was.
Sydney.
She was scared though until
Yeah.
the last act.
Like, but don't you love that? Like
Yeah, I
you mentioned
loved
it
it.
last week. I loved it.
I loved
Yeah.
it. So yeah,
How she like just kind of said no. Boom. It's gonna, like you said, it's gonna end either with me dying or you dying. It's gonna end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that. Obviously, we got food out of the ending on that one, but yeah, no, it's Sarah. I thought that she was. I don't. We're forgetting the final girl too. I guess Kara from Curse. But
I don't look at her as really a final girl either. I feel like
it was more for Tommy
Doyle. Yeah,
Mhm.
he was more the final guy in that one too. So
yeah, but
there was really, there was focus on her. She just wasn't good.
She wasn't as compelling. So like you like Sarah over Kara, and so do you like her over Rachel?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's hard to say if she's, because Danielle's Jamie was a completely different final girl. I mean, she is a little girl.
Yeah.
So it is different.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like the character of Sarah. As far as the women in this movie, I liked her a lot better than the others.
Yeah.
And
you're hearing motorcycles on our soundtrack. It's somebody with motorcycles.
And I really liked, as you did, Sean Patrick Thomas in this movie.
Yeah.
I was surprised he would do a movie like this. And looking back at his career, he probably wished he hadn't.
This is like a couple of years after
Save the Last
Dance. Yeah, which kind of I thought compelled. I don't know if it was like it was well received. Like I really enjoyed Save the Last Dance. Julia Stiles I actually am a fan of Julia Stiles. I've been a fan of her since like 10 Things I Hate About You. So I fell in love with her. Heath, and also
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And
another Halloween alumni.
Yeah. All we need is some Julia Stiles to be off in this movie, and we have a trifecta. Yeah. Actually, we don't have Heath, unfortunately. But yeah, it would be nice. But he would have been easily. I think they cast the right person for John in H2O. But Heath would have been. It'd been interesting.
98. Yeah, he could
have been interesting.
But I think he was doing The Patriot then.
And Josh was good. I always compared them to. Actually, it's crazy to say that. I always compared those two because they were very, to me, similar type of actors. Meaning they both are strong actors. I always thought that they were both very strong actors. Although Josh seems, in my opinion, a little bit more serious, whereas Heath was
he did do 40 Days and 40 Nights, that comedy about sets.
Yeah.
Couldn't have sex for 40 days and 40
nights. Yeah, that's true. But Heath was like very comedic too. He did like Knight's Tale or whatever that was. Which I didn't like it. I mean,
I did. I had fun with it. He did The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Yeah, he did. I forget about that. Yeah.
Brokeback Mountain, which I have not seen.
Yeah, he did that one too.
With Jake Gyllenhaal. I haven't seen it though, so
I haven't seen it. I can't really comment on it.
But not Jake. Not Jake. But Heath was a tremendous talent. And we don't even have to go to Dark Knight to say that. I mean, he was good in everything he did.
Yeah. Believable in 10 Things I Hate About You. He was very believable as there.
But the movie I really started to become a fan of Josh, it wasn't H2O. It wasn't even The Faculty. It was Pearl Harbor, which gets crapped on.
It's true. Yeah.
But I loved his character in the movie. And I'm a big Ben Affleck fan, but it was his character that I really related to. Okay.
I understand.
But let's get back
to Resurrection. All right. But where do we get off that tangent? Like we was talking about Sean Patrick Thomas, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like he was really great in this film. I was gonna ask you. So you know how I thought Tina was very annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because what's her name in this film? Blonde.
I don't recall.
From Battlestar. Man,
she wanted to be
Jen.
star.
Jen. So she
That's funny. That's Jen.
but I felt like she was for me not annoying. It's like maybe it's my own bias though, because I like her. I like the actress.
Yeah.
So I maybe I have a bias because I really
I think
I hated that her character was killed off. Like,
well, she
really.
played her character well. I mean, she was someone that really wanted, to be famous, and so she can come off annoying to most people, and I think she did for her character. I think her character came off annoying, but I'm not saying I was annoyed by her, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But I thought she did a good job. I thought pretty much everybody in this movie did a good job. I thought it was a pretty good young cast.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
I'm not saying you cared for everybody in the movie, but I thought they played their parts well.
I think that, for the people that they had part of that whole reality show, and we're going to talk about that next. So let's go ahead and get into Dangertainment. All right, Busta Rhymes. That's the guy that people hate about this movie.
I can understand why.
And you know what? And it's not, and I can see why people liked him in the movie as well. Because like he just seems like over the top, but no, he's not as subtle as LL Cool J was in H2O. LL Cool J rocked that role. He made me really believe that he was a security guard
who wrote poetry
for
his wife.
Yeah. Or at least
did you practice any of that?
Not at all. But anyway, he made me believe that. Whereas with Freddie, aka Busta Rhymes in this film, he seemed more like just Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? He's like there's no transformation for me.
Well, I mean, he's not an actor.
He's been in. It's just at this point in his life, he's been in like 3. Like, so he did Higher Learning, which was like in the early 90s.
Yeah.
So if the moment that you work with John Singleton, you consider yourself an actor. So he should have progressed from that point to this.
Yeah, but he's not Ice Cube.
No, he's not Ice Cube. But then again, Ice Cube isn't great. But
he's great in those roles, though.
Some roles, yeah. But it depends on. But it depends on. It depends on who's directing him. It depends on who's directing him. John Singleton directed him perfectly. He was great. Yeah. I mean, you can't tell that he was acting. You felt like that Doughboy was a real guy.
I thought that was real.
But I'm saying, and that's just a credit to. And I hate to say this, it's just a credit to the type of directorial style that we have with John Singleton versus John Carpenter. John Singleton by far is a better director than John Carpenter is, and I hate to say that and I'm a fan, but it's true. You cannot deny that John Singleton is a better director than John Carpenter.
Why would you say something like
it's true? It's true. Can you think if you look at their filmographies?
Yeah,
John Singleton has a better filmography than I love The Thing. His early stuff was great.
I know it's Boys in the Hood,
Higher Learning.
What else?
Poetic Justice.
I haven't seen it.
Baby Boy.
Oh, I did like that one.
I believe he. Is
he still making movies?
He's dead now.
He's dead. Okay. See, I don't know the culture like you do.
he died maybe a year or two ago. But yeah, he had Boys in the Hood, 4 Brothers.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah, see, like just he did a couple of episodes of Snowfall.
What I will say though, when Carpenter got out of
he did Too Fast, Too Furious.
That's actually, you know what?
Shaft.
It gets crapped on.
Rosewood.
Okay.
I can just keep going. The guy Michael Jackson Remember the Time video. Didn't direct Remember the Time? John Carpenter.
I don't know why you're attacking John Carpenter.
I love you, John. You're from my hometown.
Halloween Kills is around the corner, and you're attacking him. I don't get it.
No, I'm not trying to. I love the man.
But what I will say about John is that Carpenter, that is. Outside of the horror genre,
Mhm.
I don't think he made that many good movies. But that's just me. I mean, he's not my favorite or anything. He never has been. So, but he is your favorite.
Yes,
So,
he's one of my favorites in
I thought
horror.
he was the favorite.
In horror, in just
I thought
overall,
in general.
in general. No, I think John Singleton is my favorite director of all time.
That's
Well,
that
actually,
makes more sense.
Alfred Hitchcock is my favorite director of all time. But second
you
would be
just said it.
Singleton, and then be Carpenter.
But wouldn't you put?
But also like Wes Craven. Like it's hard. 'Cause I love
I
Spielberg. It's probably the, but
He is
honestly,
my favorite.
Spielberg is the greatest director of all
Yeah.
time. Period.
He's my favorite.
Period. Like he goes over everyone.
Yeah, I would never.
You have your favorites, but Spielberg tops them.
Well, yeah, I mean, but Spielberg is my favorite.
So there you go.
But
he tops himself.
But well, you mentioned Wes, and before we started doing this podcast, I didn't look at Wes Craven in John Carpenter's league. Since we're doing it, and I've rewatched a few of his films, I think he's up there. He's neck with
easily,
him.
Easily surpass. Like
You
Scream.
just said surpass.
Like easily Scream. And I hate to say this, and I know that there's some diehard Halloween fans as I am, but after revisiting Halloween with Brandon and then on my own watching Scream, I can honestly say the Scream series holds up better than the Halloween series does.
Scream is actually my favorite horror franchise.
Hmm.
I know people will be shocked that it's not Friday 13th. Oh, I love Jason.
I'm surprised, actually. I'm shocked.
I love my Jason, but his films, they're not legit. The kills are, but the actual film and storylines are not.
The only thing about the Scream films
honest.
that really bothers me is when we get to Scream 3.
When it comes to Scooby-Doo mystery.
Well, not only that, it's just the voice box changing and mimicking people's voices. Like, and that's a gimmick that's only in that film. Nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't even reference it in
Maybe they were selling toys.
Yeah,
like Iron Man 3.
Yeah, but it's just like that's the only thing. But back to Resurrection.
Yeah.
I think that with Busta Rhymes, and that's what my point was. I think that I can see why people like the test audience would like him because of his humor. I don't know. Like I didn't find him funny. I found him just sarcastic, not sarcastic, even just like too confident. I don't know the term I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Cockiness, I guess.
I know someone like that.
Okay. Meta. But yeah, so he just really was like even when Sarah comes to his door and say, "Hey, I don't think that I can do this. I think that this is just too much for me." And he's like, "No, why?" Like essentially like talking her into staying, know. And it feels dirty. Like
manipulation.
Very manipulative. Yeah. Like people. But anyway, that
I
you
know.
referring to.
Yes, I know.
But anyway,
positive energy, Aaron. Positive energy.
Adulting. But anyway. So what was your thoughts on both Busta and Tyra Banks?
I'll start with Tyra. Just a waste of on-screen.
No need to even have her in this movie.
No need. She did nothing. She added nothing. The only thing I could say was that I remember from her in this movie is like, oh, nice angle when the dude gets killed.
And it wasn't really a nice angle because he had the tripod leg sticking out. No, it's not a nice angle. You want to hide the tripod leg. So no, it's not. Good angle, boy. No. Michael kills the guy with a tripod leg. Yeah. Spike this in tripod. So this movie's so bad. It's not. But just some things in this movie is just terrible.
I didn't mind that kill though.
I mean, for the most part, like, all right, let's get to the characters. What's the other guy?
Hang on.
Busta. My bad. Go for Busta.
Excuse me. I don't hate him as much as a lot of people do. When he says "trick or treat, mother," just like I crack up laughing because he's not funny in the line at all. But the line itself is funny. It's a joke.
And you started calling Michael Mikey.
Yeah, I was like,
were you a Mikey? Like, all right, let's talk about this real quick. So when Busta dresses like Michael Myers, and now looking back at it, I chuckled and I was like, and I cringed as well. Because like Busta's dressing like Michael, and Michael is coming behind him, and he turns around and says, "Oh, he's scared." He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna say Todd or whatever. Todd, what are you doing, man? We've been waiting on you to be in that store thing." You know, doing like that. Like, can you get it through your head? Scoot, skedaddle. You know,
I
something like
left
that.
the back door unlocked, which he should have never said because Michael locks the door. They can't get out.
Yeah, Michael's like, "Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was unlocked."
See,
Click.
Busta Rhymes is
Also-
Loomis in this movie. He is the reason everything is happening.
Also, when he sends him back there
Yeah.
to the garage, that's where he also kills Tyra,
Yeah.
and also that's where he kills that redhead chick, the psychologist lady.
Yeah.
Because he kills her down in his little
Yeah.
basement area.
Mhm.
His like underneath the Myers house is like fallout shelter or something. Yeah, that's weird. But anyway,
The rats, or the mice or whatever they were.
rats. He was eating them.
He was eating them, but it was still alive.
He had a snack.
That was cringeworthy for me because I hate rats. I'm terrified of them.
Yeah.
I had a personal experience when I was like 8, 9 years old, and no.
But yeah, he ate the rat.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
but all right. So now that we talked about them two, let me say what I say about them. So I thought that Tyra was throwaway. Totally, it was not even necessary for this movie. You could have cast literally anyone in that role,
Or you could have,
and it would have been fine.
threw her out the script. I mean, she did nothing.
Is she even on the like box art? I wonder.
Yeah, she
That's
is.
why. That's not.
I think so.
Maybe so that y'all can have her in the movie. Just like she's throwaway. Her death is even off
screen.
Yeah, you can't, and it's dumb. It's like, but anyway, and then with Busta,
She was there to possibly sell tickets for the models to watch.
Busta, Busta. I felt like he was like Freddy when the Kung Fu. I hated it initially, and then going back and watching it now, I was like, okay, it's not. I thought it was more like he does like a roundhouse or something, and he does like a couple of kicks, whatever. But it's not as not as annoying as him shocking Michael Myers nuts. That's the point where you're like, okay.
I would have just if you were gonna do a kung fu fight with Michael Myers, why not just cast Jackie Chan or Jet Li in the role? I mean, or Donnie Yen. He was young.
Make it more believable, maybe.
Yeah.
Or even Michael John Michael White or whatever. I don't know.
You know what? He would have been.
He right would have whooped Michael. Let's be real. That guy's a beast.
But I tell you, I'd rather see Busta Rhymes than Michael J. White though.
Because he would have played it too straight.
Yeah, he would have been funny. He wouldn't have known how to be funny.
I haven't seen. I don't know. Black Dynamite. He's hilarious in. We will watch it next year, God willing. But
What
yeah,
I have seen, I just don't enjoy Michael.
No, I'll change your mind. But but yeah, no.
I mean, he did say he could whoop Bruce Lee. So I mean,
oh well, I don't know.
And he retraced to his words there, but he originally said, "Yeah, I could whoop him in his prime."
No, no.
Like,
but anyway,
no.
Not
even Jean-Claude Van Damme is saying I could whoop Bruce Lee.
Let me get back to this, man. Get back to the resurrection. All right, so
I'm on fire today, Aaron. I got so much energy.
So after so those characters, I want to mention the redhead. I thought that she was also like she's necessary for who she was. She was the thinker to say, well, Michael's doing this because of psychological how he's his upbringing and things like she's a sociology major or a sci major or something like that. And then you have Sarah, who is just the final girl, and then you have Jen, who wants to be famous, as you stated. Then you have American Pie dude,
who wants to have sex
like American Pie. That's what I'm saying. It's the American. It's like he's literally the same dude from American Pie. But yeah, And literally, I haven't seen him since American Pie. Like what? Like I think he's in like the reunion.
Yeah,
But I haven't really seen him. Like, does he not work anymore? Like, because he got pigeon.
I don't see any of them really doing anything.
I don't see
Not even
Jason.
Sean William Scott.
I don't see none of them. Yeah,
They kind of all fell off the radar.
Jason Biggs for a while was.
He does voice work.
He showed up on a few times on The Good Wife, but yeah, no,
he did do a show. I think not last year, but the year before. One season. It was Axed. It was on Fox.
Yeah.
But
I would say that what ruined his career was that movie where he was like the dude that was going to college, and he
Loser?
Yeah,
that was during the American Pies though. In between 1 and 2,
it was just terrible. And I watched the movie because of him. I said, I liked him in American Pie. This would be great. I didn't like it, but it was just me. We have different tastes, but guess what? I don't judge you.
That's great. It's great not to be judged.
That's what I'm here to do. But not judge you. But anyway, but yeah, and then you have, so he's there to have sex, and then you have Sean Patrick Thomas, who
he's a cook. He's a chef.
And he feels like Michael is doing this because of his diet. Like he kept bringing that up. Like maybe
I know someone will say stuff like this too because their mind, their thinking is actually accurate.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know someone that talks like that. So kind of had to stop talking to him though.
Alrighty. But yeah, I just noticed that like so with those characters, my point is, and then you have that one dude that is the like he's like the
music
rebel.
Major.
Yeah, he's a music major. I always thought he was like pretty much like a rebel, but he like literally they don't survive at all really long, and the only ones that really survive is Sean Patrick Thomas, Sarah, and that's it. And then Sean dies, and Sarah. I just felt like she was not as strong of a final girl as she's like, this is for blah, this is for blah, this is for all of them. And then we got to talk about Derek or Dietrich or whatever the guy's Durkin. What's the dude's name?
Oh, Deckard.
Deckard, yeah.
Brian Merriman.
What did you thoughts?
Final Destination 3, I think.
Was it the kid? Was it the kid that got crushed with the?
No, he was with
glass.
I think one of the survivors.
Oh,
that was having the the premonitions.
Oh, we have a comment. All right, so but yeah.
What do I think of Deckard?
Yeah, what'd you think about Deckard? The whole point of like
for what he was doing.
Let's go, Brandon. That's so specific. Hey, Winslow. Okay. Hey, I don't know if I'm Winslow, but all right. Hey.
I believe it's Whitlow, but
yeah, but Winslow is like what's that one with Steve Urkel?
Yeah, it's the Winslow.
Am I Carl? You call me Carl? Am I big like Carl? Do I look like a cop? Do I look like the guy that was like hanging with Bruce Willis, trying to help him to get out of the Nakatomi building?
Really?
In my mind, it's the same character. He just had a rough night that night before he went home to his wife. But yeah, who was pregnant with the daughter who eventually disappeared and was never even on the show again. But anyway, this happened on Family Matters. It's
I don't
true story.
Recall this episode.
They had a daughter and they wrote her off the show. They sent her upstairs and she never came back down again.
Okay, I know it wasn't Laura.
No, because they like Laura.
That's the main.
They like Eddie, but there's a third kid.
Yeah, I remember the third. She never came back down.
Never came back down. Wrote her off.
I did not know that.
They replaced her with a little light skinned kid, Jesse, whatever his name is.
I think it was JJ. Jeffrey. I think it was called JJ for short.
JJ, yeah. But yeah, it's a true story. But anyway.
But the mother was very attractive.
They also replaced her with another. I believe they replaced her with another lady.
Correction, Whitlow.
Thank you. All right. Now that we got that settled. Thank you for tuning in, though. All right. What's your thoughts on Halloween Resurrection? Let's go, Brandon. That's so specific because his name's Brandon. I'm curious to know where that came from. But anyway, there's other Brandons, but it's just anyway.
You'll be all right, Aaron.
I hope so. Where were we at? Deckard.
Deckard, you want to know my thoughts of the character of Deckard?
And that whole camera, like the
I mean, it makes sense. since
virtual
they're on-
viewing. I
since-
liked it though.
It
I like
does
that.
make sense that they would be shown, but I don't know. Him helping her at the end. I mean, obviously he would want to, and obviously you would do that, but I don't know. I mean, I don't like it. I don't hate it. It's just it is what it is. I don't.
You're indifferent.
I don't have a feeling on it. It's
So
like,
quick. So
okay.
my thoughts is this. I thought that I like the whole aspect of audience viewing it happening, and they're actually commenting on it, like, no, run, tell her run, things like that.
yeah, that was cool. I mean, you do have to have that.
I love that aspect. Yeah,
because the internet is watching.
Yeah.
So, and also this movie's kind of like The Condemned with Michael Myers.
you keep bringing up other movies.
I mean, I just
This
I
movie
like
is
the
like-
concept. I really do like the concept, but I think it's hilarious today that these were ideas
Mhm.
for movies. Let's put it on the internet and kill people.
I don't think he intended to kill people. I don't know where they was gonna. But honestly, with Freddy and Dangertainment, real quick, where was he gonna go with this? Because the moment that he goes and dresses up like Michael and he grabs Sarah and pulls her out,
He's trying to make the audience think he's killing.
so he's gonna tell, "Hey, pretend like you
But
disappeared."
you should have told your people that's playing the
You might get hurt, Freddy. Like they literally hit him with a 2x4.
He did get hurt.
Everyone got hurt. Everyone died.
And somehow Freddy does not die, even though he does.
Yeah,
But I will say this:
he gets stabbed
when he
in the
gets
shoulder.
stabbed in the shoulder, and he just acts like he's dead, I was like, rewatching it again, I was like, okay, he looks like he's dead, he's acting like he's dead, but that's not going to kill you.
No,
Not a stab in the shoulder like that. I mean, he
he
might kill
busts
you.
through the door like the Kool-Aid Man at one point. Also, there's a point where I mentioned it briefly, but they electrocute Michael Myers
They did.
in his scrotum, and
I love how he's all tied up though. He's chained.
he literally moans. He makes a noise when they electrocute him. He says, "Urgh."
like Bruce did when he was being blown up. But it was making a noise like a dinosaur.
He did.
Well, I
And
mean,
you talking about-
in Jaws
when he says
Revenge.
Bruce, he's referring to Jaws.
yeah, I mean,
For those that don't know,
he roars and I mean, it's
I
not.
don't think sharks roar.
They don't.
I don't.
I'm not. I mean, I'm calling it Bruce because it is a Jaws film, but it's Jaws: The Revenge, the one that roars.
Mhm.
It's not a good
It roars.
comparison, but
He uses literally one of the worst Jaws films.
it is the worst. They're all bad after Jaws, though. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, but yeah. So, we where are we at in this?
We're at the
conversation?
end. They're electrocuting. The house is on fire. I mean,
And Michael burns up. Like everybody dies. So one chick, the Jen, her head is cut off and it goes tumbling down the
yeah,
steps.
that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Although the fake head didn't look as good.
Well,
Um,
I mean, you know,
It probably looked good for 2002.
I mean, 19 years.
But
have passed.
yeah. We gotten better over.
It does not look as good as when Jason punches that guy's head off that
No,
roof.
that looks terrible. But that was in 88, 89. So 89?
89, I think.
89.
As still my favorite part of that movie. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts in the
He
franchise.
should have just punched him again 2 or 3 more times, bro. You would have knocked him off the building.
Well, he wasn't moving anymore.
Oh.
It was the alley.
Oh yeah.
What was it called?
It's called the rope-a-dope.
Rope-a-dope. There you go.
Well,
Jason was using that rope-a-dope with him.
It's funny because Jason didn't know who Ali was, but he kind of worked out for him. And plus, you punching a mask, man. It's gonna hurt you. He did do a couple
You think
body
Jason's
shots.
gonna take off the mask for a fight? Jason, really?
Jason let him punch him. Jason like, okay, you did your thing. Now my turn.
Take your best shot.
No. Just in case my head comes off. But anyway, so in this film that we're talking about today, Resurrection.
We had to get a Jason reference in because we've been doing references to Jason the whole time.
Yeah. So
We get a lot of Michael
Michael
references when we do
gets nut electrocuted. It's just I can't let that go. I hate that point worse than I hated the
It's
kung
like
fu.
it was like Shane McMahon getting electrocuted by Caden, right?
No, when I think of Shane McMahon, I immediately think of him, Kurt Angle trying to toss him through the glass and then not breaking. That's my first thought to Shane McMahon every time I think of him, or him doing this and then just that little really bad just fall off. Yeah, so Shane, stop wrestling. Is he done?
He doesn't even work there anymore.
Great, thank you, please, thank you.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing. I mean,
everybody needs to quit that place, but let's be real. Anyway,
he could have took over.
No,
could have made it better.
Vince has it in his will that they must will his corpse into the corporate office and just like treat him like Weekend at Bernie's, and just do it like this, scratching his ear.
Honestly though,
that's such a bad thing. It's a bad joke. I'm sorry, but or is it funny if you have a dark sense of humor? I don't know. Brandon has a dark sense of humor. Don't let him fool you. But anyway, this movie that is almost over in our minds. All right.
It's been over for 19 years.
So Busta survives. Freddie lives, and Sarah lives.
When you said Freddy, I went straight to Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. And then I thought it was on purpose that they named him Freddy. But yeah.
Should have had a Jason in there somewhere.
I'm telling you, like Sean should have been Jason, and he would have killed Sean with a knife. Jason with a knife. Like he literally stabs Jason with 3 knives. I mean, Sean. I forget his name in this movie, but he stabs him. He holds him with 2 knives and a 3rd knife.
That was a good kill.
Yeah,
it really was.
It really was.
There was some good kills in this movie.
I'd rather have died as Busta, and I'd rather. But Busta grew, I guess, at the end. He felt like, no, it's not good to do this. He makes that he's a white shark. He's a great white shark or whatever. He's a killer shark and blah, blah, blah. And should be respected and blah. I don't know. Nobody knows what he said. Anyway, guess what? At the end of the movie, Michael's burnt up face a la almost Halloween Kills, but worse looking. Because Halloween Kills, the mask looks pretty awesome. In this one, the mask don't look as good. And I always hated that. I always hated the aspect of a burnt mask. But in Halloween Kills, they seem to have made it look cool.
I mean,
20 years ago, right? Is that what you're saying?
Should it really matter how the mask looks, though, at this point?
It's true. This is true. You're right. You're right about it. So, and then, what else? The final jump scare.
They ask how Freddy feels.
Nobody cares what Freddy feels.
He just puts his hand in the camera. How does that feel? Or something like that.
So there was like 3 different endings that they shot. There's one where, when they go to look at Michael and they looking at him talking about him. You're raw, crispy, Michael, crispy fried chicken, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I hate that line.
Yeah, he says fried chicken. He says chicken fried, mother effer. I'm not gonna cuss because I have a Christian job. I cannot do that. But anyway, but
and I'm on my best behavior too.
I appreciate that. Thank you for adulting. But anyway,
it has some one-liners, all right.
But
got a text message on his phone, on his watch
from the wife.
Got a smartwatch. Smartwatch.
Yes, I do. But anyway, they have the what the words that I was looking for. Oh yeah. The final. So when he was giving those crispy chicken lines or whatever, Michael's eyes, he grabs Freddy and he's like, and she screams, and that's the end. So it implies that Michael killed them both or whatever and lived. All right, that's one ending. The other ending is, I think Michael was gone. They couldn't find his body. He's gone. He's disappeared. Yeah, I think it's another one. And then the third one is the one that we got. The theatrical ending is they wheeled him into the morgue. And she's like, you got a celebrity here. You got Michael Myers. Get your autograph, blah, blah, blah. And she's like trying to take the mask off and his eyes open. And you hear, and then do. That's the ending that we got. I think that's the best ending that we got, actually. And
I like it, the eyes opening.
Yes. I think it's better. But I mean, it's better. It's like it's a great little bow tie on a piece of poop. It's nice, but it's still a piece of poop. All right, let's talk about this movie. All right, let's
We
give
have
our
been talking about
let's
it
talk. Let's
literally
give
for
our,
an hour.
let's give our ready for your marks.
I'm ready for yours first.
All right.
I think mine's gonna be a little higher than yours.
Actually, I might surprise you. So
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna give this movie 3.5 marks
What?
out of 5. The reason why I say the reason why I give it 3.5 marks out of 5
I
is
love it. I do.
is this
Because I was wrong.
because I thought it was gonna be lower when I was watching it, but I actually enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed watching it again. And now that I know what was gonna happen with the kung fu things and the shocking of it all, I was like, okay, I'm okay with it, and I love and I really lean more into the reality, voyeuristic type of feeling of it. I love that aspect a little bit more, and I was kind of with the audience, and it allows me to be a part of that audience in that room with them, saying the same things. Don't do that. Run, tell her run. Things like that. So that's why I give it 3.5 markouts out of 5. Brendan,
You talk about being stunned. This is the
Stone Cold.
business just picked up, son. But honestly, I'm when we go with our scores at the end.
We don't know.
With Aaron, this is up there. Is this like your third favorite of the series now? I mean, because you gave 2 3.5 as well, and then that was the highest except for H2O in the original.
Oh wow. Yeah, I guess it's like but when you watch everything, and literally if you watch Curse, you have to go higher. Like compared to Curse, I enjoyed this. You know what I'm saying?
I enjoyed it way better than Curse, but I gave it a half star. But for me, this was I liked it. I still like it. I give it a 3 out of 5. Same score I gave 2. It's same director 2, and I think it's
Rick Rosenberg.
I think they're neck and neck. 2 and Resurrection's neck to neck for me. H2O is still the best sequel of the original.
We gave it a 4, didn't we?
We both gave it a 4.
Yeah.
So this wasn't suspenseful by any means, but it was a fun slasher film that dealt with Michael versus reality TV stars. So ranking it like that and not ranking it as a traditional Halloween film, I think it works.
Yeah.
If you rate it the right way, watch it through the right lenses, Yeah. But that's my thought. I'm shocked.
I liked it.
When people rewatch this and they see my reaction,
or if they at least hear it, they can hear it. If you're gonna do it on Anchor,
that's right. You can hear it on Anchor too.
So next week, what?
Are you gonna tell them the special thing we got planned for the Chucky series?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, well, first of all, next week we'll be back to do our review on Halloween 2018. Yes, we're skipping Rob Zombies for Brandon's sake. I will mention it. I'll try to bring it in there just a little bit, but I'm not gonna dwell on Rob Zombie stuff. But yeah, we'll mention a little bit of it. But yeah, we're gonna mainly focus on Halloween 2018 because the week after that we have Halloween Kills. We're gonna see Halloween Kills next Friday.
After the podcast.
After the podcast. And then we will talk about it the Friday after that. And then Brandon chooses something we do after Halloween Kills.
Oh, do I?
You choose what the next movie because I don't have any. The Halloween thing, I don't know, man. No, I said we're going to do Hell House LLC.
Oh, yeah.
But I ain't bought it yet. So it's tentative. We may do that. Or we might do something else. I'm not doing Terrifier ever again.
No Terrifier for you. We got to do the sequel. I mean,
we will have to do the sequel. Yeah.
And we should do the first one. We can't just talk about the
sequel. We did Terrifier.
No, we didn't.
You did? Did we not?
We did not.
You sure?
I've seen it once, and I didn't review it.
What? Why did we watch it?
I don't know why you watched it.
Well, I watched it.
I watched it because it was. I heard the kills were
very
graphic.
Maybe
they are.
Am I being Mandela affected here?
I mean, he's in several films.
Terrifiers, Art the Clown.
Yeah,
I know he's in All Hallows Eve.
yeah,
I haven't seen that either.
That was his debut.
Never seen it, but anyway, he was great in Terrifier. But anyway,
It's just very graphic.
So violent, so violent. It's hard to watch. It's really hard to watch. Oh my goodness! Like even I'm seeing visuals. You know the visual I'm seeing. But yeah, actually, but yeah. Anyway, Brandon had a suggestion, so we're gonna try to. We want people to like, share, subscribe, and everything. Also on Anchor, we're gonna do Anchor exclusive content coming up with the Child's Play series. For a small fee, people can subscribe to our channel. I think we're gonna do $5. We ain't gonna try to rob people's banks. What'd you think? 5 is good, ain't it?
I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, something like that. And we're gonna do exclusively on Anchor those, and then I plan on us eventually getting a Patreon. And with that Patreon, when we set it up, we will hold, some, like, you can submit if for whatever you pay. We will review the movie that you select. Or we will do maybe a name mentioning. We'll mention, give you a shout out for a certain level, shout out, certain level. We will do the movie that you want us to do, and on a certain level, we will have you as a guest on the podcast to review that movie that you selected with us. I think it's pretty boss.
He thinks it's boss.
Yeah, but next week, Halloween 2018. I can't wait. It's probably the best one in the series, in my opinion. Can't wait to revisit. It's my first time seeing it since 2018. 2018. Maybe I watched it once after that, like when I bought it at home or whatever.
I've seen it once since the theatrical run. I saw it twice in theaters. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was.
Well, Aaron Whitlow,
Brandon Spivey,
and we are the
Markout
Movie
Podcasters.
Thank you for marking out with us.